Hello people, this is Rafa, known as Nazonk460, and today's video will be on my thoughts on the overall DLC trailers and what may be happening on KH3 Final Mix. Nazonk, it's now called Remind. Huh? Oh! I'll start off by saying that I feel like Square goes way too far with the trailers, showing off way too much for the DLC content, just like they did with the final Batter trailer before the release of the game. But in spite of my feelings in regards to this, they do deliver good hype to the trailers and make us look forward to what is coming next. Firstly, I'll start by saying that I'm glad we get to play a variety of characters. We get to play as Aqua, Riku, Roxas, and now we also get to play with Kairi, which is a great addition to the mix, and they have their own play styles. I'm more wondering what Kairi has to offer with her special attacks, whether it's a form change or some type of finisher. Another thing I'm curious is what's happening here with the Guardians of Light fighting against the darkness together. I mean, there's nothing really much going on here, just attacking, using Reflegger and a few action commands when it pops up on the screen, but we'll just have to see how it goes when the DLC is released. We also have the additional data fights in the game, similar to KH3 FM, which is something that I'm mostly looking forward to, as I like to have a good battle because most of the fights in KH3 were too easy. Some fights playing was awful, especially playing on level 1, as enemies would have ridiculous health bars and the fights would take so long. I honestly don't know why they designed them like that, but let's just leave it as that. Already judging by their new variety of attacks and a shitload of health bars, you can see that they look really difficult just seeing Sora getting owned by Dark Riku and Xemnas. I just only have like 2-3 concerns before DLC comes out. I don't want to make a huge deal out of it like I'm stressing out, but I really want the data fight and Sephiroth to have the same qualities that the data fights, Sephiroth and Lingering Wall has, for it's been a long time since KH2 FM, designed originally by the Tokyo team, that we've had a well designed really hard fight. Since KH3 is designed by the Osaka team, the enemy designs are not as bad in the game compared to their previous designs in Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. I mean, take a look at these.
Knock the fuck out, bitch!
The only secret boss I actually liked from the Osaka team is the Phantom Zodiac Aqua fight and the Dark Inferno fight, where I actually felt like the interactions in the fight felt fair. Although I will say this, I felt like Dark Inferno was pretty basic with no like DM or anything like that, but I will still say he's the best designed fight in KH3, hands down. I think Yozora is going to be the secret boss in the game, just judging how him and Sora are face to face at the end of the trailer. Again, the same thing like the organization, well designed, because Nomura did specifically say that the super boss is going to be extremely difficult, and let's not forget these are also the same people that designed Birth by Sleep, so at the same time I'm excited but I'm kind of scared and skeptical at the same time. But over time they've improved and they're not as stupid as they were before, so that's something to look forward to anyways. 2. The combat is broken, meaning that I'll start off by saying that guard is broken to the point where blockable attacks don't work some of the time, which still hasn't been addressed, which is a problem. Here's a good example. Xemnas has set up his dome full of lasers for his DM, which are blockable. But say for example the blocking messes up, then what can I do in this situation? I'm gonna get hit by so many lasers, and if I'm on critical mode, then I'm gonna die so easily. So do you see where I'm coming from with the whole guard needs to be fixed situation here? This is a super boss, bear this in mind. We need to also talk about links. That's another something that is broken and needs to be addressed. See on the screen there, you can see that you can use links in the fight, which is something that I find concerning because we already are aware that links are way too OP. And are the organization going to be resistant to link attacks? That is my question to that. Are they going to balance the damage output? The reason why I say this is because if the organization are not resistant to link attacks, then the whole battle is purposeless, as if you think about it, when players really start to struggle, links will be their only way out, and that will just defeat the purpose of it. I would want to feel rewarded for learning enemy patterns, not just finding a quick way out. My other concern is the damage output on the other playable characters, and wolf fights end pretty quickly. From the Keyblade graveyard fight, your party allies do a ton of damage. Fight very quickly. Come on! But not for too long. That's just another concern I just like to address. We are also getting a black code mode, which is a mode that allows you to customize how extra difficult you want the game. This mode allows you to tweak how much health you want in the game, which is really interesting for people like me who would want to challenge themselves on that level of difficulty. But the only thing that lies the problem is the whole performing peanut damage output thing for Sora, if I'm going to do this on level 1. This is because the output you perform is garbage, the standard combo is really boring at most, but they are adding in new abilities into the mix, which I feel okay about. But my question is that, are they going to be combo modifiers, or are they just going to be more supporting abilities? See, I'm not really too sure about this, but I'm only going to say this. I'm very, very bored of the standard combos, and I would like them to actually have them into the mix. But my question is, why didn't they include combo modifiers when critical mode came out? That's my only question to that. But apart from that, I'm feeling okay about it, which is okay. I'd like to talk about Scarlet and Kylam for a split moment to say that I was disappointed Scarlet wasn't fully explorable for the final stage of the game. When we look back to the previous Kingdom Hearts games, KH1 End of the World was fully explorable. KH2 The World That Never Was fully explorable. But what I don't understand is why Scarlet and Kylam wasn't explorable when the opportunity should have been made from the get-go. Similar to KH2 FM, they added a Cavern of Remembrance to explore around. I'm guessing Scarlet is exactly like that, but the only thing I'm kind of worried about is the sliding all we're going to be exploring around, because I would like to explore around a good whole city to see if there's any secrets that lie ahead, just on how expanded it is. Now let's talk about the story side of Kingdom Hearts 3 on the DLC, shall we? First, I'll start off by saying that I'm very happy that Final Fantasy characters are back in KH, which has been an issue that most KH fans have had. In this scene in Radiant Garden, Riku is in Merlin's house with the Final Fantasy gang, saying that he's been searching everywhere for Sora after he has disappeared after rescuing Kairi. My question for them is, what's their role gonna be in KH3 DLC? Are they going to be there for cameo appearances, or are they going to be helping Riku in their quest to find Sora? And I highly doubt that Radiant Garden will not be playable in the game, so I wouldn't necessarily say don't get your hopes up thinking that you're going to play in Radiant Garden, because you might not. I'm just saying. But we'll just have to find out when it comes down to it. We also have an interesting scene in Olympus where Lucio, Zigbar and Luxord are having a confrontation in regards to the black box, and Luxord confronting Zigbar about his true identity, which I find quite interesting, and I hope I actually get to see that scene. So they say that they're gonna cover like all the plot points in Kingdom Hearts 3, but my question is, are they actually covering the plot points, or are they just adding in filler? because they didn't really cover the plot points from the previous games that's meant to wrap up everything nicely for KH3. So is Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC going to be mainly more cutscenes, or are they going to be focusing it on gameplay? I know they're focusing on post-game content, yeah, but then at the same time, are the cutscenes going to be really long to the point where it's going to be even more confusing? Because I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I don't think this DLC will heavily impact the story of KH3, because I won't say that I hated the story, but I don't love the story as much as how the trailers made out to me, personally speaking, and that's just my honest opinion on it, and I'm just sorry on that, I guess, but that's just my take on it, unfortunately. One final thing I want to touch on now is the pricing. Now, Nomura did say from the get-go that the DLC will be in one big package. However, even for a DLC, my question is, how much are you offering us for me personally to buy? Okay, new bosses, I'm up for that. Secret episodes and a boss? Hell yeah. Black code mode? Why not? Slideshow features? Meh, I couldn't give a shit about that. New abilities? Yeah, that sounds great, but not even Coliseum tournaments. I honestly don't know how to feel. I feel like that is way too pricey for a DLC. For some people, it's okay. For me, I like to look at what you're offering to the table. And Square, I think you're going way too far with the pricing. I live in London, so pricing for me would be £25, and the expensive version of DLC, which comes with 19 tracks of concert songs, costs £33. I ain't trying to be funny, but I wouldn't pay that amount to get additional music when I can sit at a yard and listen to Kingdom Hearts music on YouTube. I'm feeling pretty skeptical about the pricing and I'm hesitant to buy it, though knowing myself, I'm gonna end up buying it in the end because I like Kingdom Hearts. And that's not me being negative. The only reason why I'm expressing my thoughts, concerns, and questioning the DLC is because I would like to see KH be a whole lot better than what it is right now, but it's the way Square Enix has been handling the series. I'm not sure we're going to get it up to this point. Gameplay wise in the DLC, I think it will impact it a lot, but its story, I'm not too sure. I'm feeling a bit left and right with the story, so I don't know. I just don't think it might impact the story, but my question is, can the DLC save Kingdom Hearts 3's story? Well, we'll just have to find out what's happening. What do you guys think? I know a lot of you are going to have opinions on this, so leave your comments down in the comment section. If you like this video, leave a good old thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.